Hello again, how's it going guys? Welcome to Micro Christmas Part 2, and today we are going to do an update on the 12 different types of microgreens that we got going 2 days ago. But before we take a look at them, there is a couple of things I just want to go over. Okay, so the big question, what is the difference between sprouts and microgreens? Now, I'm sure that there is a definitive answer to this, and if you are the person that knows that answer, please feel free to use the comments section to share your unbridled smugness. And for the rest of us who are confused, I will attempt to give everybody a rough idea of what I think it is. Sprouts, to me, are usually grown in jars like this, and we drop the seeds in, we put water in there, and then after we've soaked them, we rinse them out every day, sometimes twice a day, and after a few days we end up with some small sprouts, and we're going to eat the whole thing. We're going to eat the embryo, cotyledon, the radicle, which is the first set of leaves, the stem and the roots. All get consumed and they taste absolutely delicious. Only take a few days. In fact, I might get some going alongside these microgreens, because if you get them right, they really do taste good. Microgreens, on the other hand, we usually use some kind of media to grow them in. It could be a paper towel, even a fiber mat. I use a little bit of soil, and we also grow them for a little bit longer, say 11, 12 to 18 days. Also, when we harvest them, we tend to kind of pull them up, stretch them a little bit and cut them, and we leave the root in a big root ball, which we usually just chuck away and compost. It takes longer to grow the microgreens. In some cases, we're not just looking for the cotyledon leaves. We are, things like peas, maybe 4 or even 5 sets of leaves before we're going to harvest them. That to me is the main difference. It's my preference to grow the microgreens, and the reason being, I find it a little bit more forgiving. If you miss a water in here and there, you might get away with it. When you're doing sprouts, you've got to be on the ball. If you miss a water in once, or if you leave them in just a little bit too long, they're going to go moldy on you. I have failed miserably at sprouts in the past, but so far so good on the microgreens. Anyway, I think it's time to take a look at the microgreens that we got going 2 days ago. Well, this is the first stack that I grabbed, and this is the one with the sunflowers, the cress. It's got a greens blend and radishes. And the sunflowers that I'm growing are shelled sunflowers, so they have no shells on them. This pack was $2. I got it from the supermarket, from the baking section of the supermarket, and I gave the pack away, and it turns out that I used exactly 20 grams of the 100, which means I should get 5 trays of the sunflowers if everything's okay. Now, it works out to about 40 cents a tray. That is a bargain. However, it is one of the more expensive trays. But okay, I'm going to bring you in closer and we're going to take a look at these. The sunflowers usually take a little bit longer than the rest of the microgreens to get going, but after 48 hours I'm pretty happy with these. We can see that most of them have germinated or chitted, and by using these shelled sunflower seeds, later on we're not going to have to worry about wiping the seed coats off of the cotyledon leaves. So far so good. When I sown these seeds, I made a bit of a boo-boo. I got the soil a little bit too wet, and so when I stacked the trays, what happened was, on some of the finer seed, it stuck to the bottom of the tray. So when I went to check them yesterday, I just put in a little bit of parchment paper to try and stop the seed sticking to the bottom of the tray. This is cress, and as you can see, these are chitting just fine. And underneath there I have this is a greens blend, mainly broccoli, and then we have Oh, I thought it was radishes. It's not. These are the mung beans. I'm going to keep these in the dark as long as I can. Anyway, that's the first stack. Right, on this next stack we have chia, flax, radish and fenugreek. And the chia was probably the finest seed of them all. Really, really fine. And one thing I've learned from this sowing is that to use parchment paper straight from the off. But yeah, these have certainly germinated, and the flax has germinated too. Actually, Southpaw Davy was saying that if I don't eat them, I can make some trousers out of these. They're a little bit wet still. The radishes have germinated. This stuff germinates fast. And the radish, I'm just going to give a little spray down. And then finally the fenugreek. This is the one I'm really looking forward to, and I don't know if you can see that, but that has germinated really, really fast. And finally, my favourites, the legumes, the peas. 3 different types of peas and a type of lentil. These are the speckled peas, and yeah, these have germinated, moving around a little bit, need a little bit of water. These are the ones I got from Mum's Seeds. This is what they look like when we sown them. So they've really lightened up in colour, and they've swollen quite a bit. I guess they're absorbing the moisture. And we have the lentils. Again, they've all chitted very well. These are the chickpeas. Again, germinated very well. And the dried peas on the bottom, they've germinated pretty good, but not as well as the others. What I'm going to do is I'm going to probably promote the dried peas to the top of the stack over the next couple of days. These all need a very good spray down. The peas do absorb a lot of moisture, as you would expect. Alright, so everybody loves sprouts at Christmas, but unfortunately I neglected to grow any Brussels this year. But that doesn't matter. There is still 5 days left until Christmas Day, and that gives us plenty of time to grow some sprouts and get them on the plate for Christmas dinner. Let's see what we can do. I've never been very successful at growing Brussels sprouts, so let's see if we can grow these sprouts. I've got some alfalfa sprouts here, and just going to drop some in this big jar here. I'll tell you what, let's go with I don't know, 1.5, say close to 2 tablespoons in there. And this one is it's called a gourmet blend, and we'll go with another couple of tablespoons in there. In fact, I'm just going to put a little bit more in this one, why not? Let's go for it. And then all I'm going to do is add a little bit of water. Now these shouldn't take very long at all, maybe I don't know, 4 to 5 days. Today is Saturday, so let's go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday's Christmas Day, that's 4 days. It's my bet that these will probably be ready by Christmas supper time, and if not, certainly on Boxing Day. However, we'll see. I'm going to see you again before then. For now, I'm just going to leave these soaking, and I'm probably going to leave them soaking for about 6 hours. And then I've got these things. This is what the missus uses, these things inside her slippers. I'm not sure, you get a whole bunch of them for like $1, I don't know. But anyway, it makes a kind of good gauze. I'm going to turn that on like that. Oops, nearly had it off the table. Oops indeed. Okay, so yeah, like I say, I'm going to leave these for probably about 6 hours to get them soaked in. Then I'm going to turn them out, leave them overnight, come back in the morning, I'm going to fill them up, rinse them out, and I'm going to keep them rinsed and moist right through till Christmas Day. Anyway, we'll check back up on these in a couple of days time. There was a whole bunch of other stuff that I wanted to cover, but that's just going to have to wait for another video. I am running out of time. I've been enjoying myself that much, I didn't realise how much I've been yapping on. These microgreens, I'm going to get these back into the dark for a couple of days. And so where are we? Saturday, so let's say Sunday, Monday, 2 more days. On Monday I will do another update, and that should give us a good idea as to whether or not we're going to have any sprouts on the plate come Christmas dinner. Okay, so hopefully we will see you Monday, and until then, cheers.